Guest star. So today we are going to be talking about mental health.
Mental health?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mental health.
So, wait. Right. I'm not doing this too well. Seriously, I can't do it well. I'm not doing it well. I should do it again.
No, continue.
I should continue. Okay. Okay. Most, what am I saying? No, please.
You were saying that we are talking about mental health. Yeah.
Okay.
So tell us what you think.
In our African society, we only know someone to be mentally unstable when they are actually finally on the streets picking papers, or maybe they've run naked on our streets before we know there was some mental disorder they were suffering from. But nowadays in our society, you see that we have a generation, or we live in a generation in which we have so many people in happy pictures, yet their reality, or the reality of their lives, is that of sadness. And that is because we pay very little attention when it has to do with our mental health. In our African society, we are bound to always get involved in some little conflicts within our homes or with our neighbors and all of that. And all what happens leaves us traumatized or depressed or stressed, or gives us some kind of fear or anxiety. And we do not pay any attention to it. We just stay back and we feel that at some point, or maybe during the moment of reconciliation, everything will be fine. But in that moment, there is a lot that goes on with our mental state that is actually draining to our own physical body. And so today we are talking about mental health. What is mental health? When we're talking mental health, it has to do with our emotional and psychological and our behavioral attributes. And that is our ability to be able to act, to talk, to play, to just feel happy about ourselves. But we have so many mental illnesses that at the end of the day keeps us off track. So happy new year to you. We've been out for a very long time, but you're welcome back to Girls Talk. Let's talk mental health. And obviously, there's somebody here who is going to be talking mental health with us. We just hope that you will not pick paper because of this.
We are about to talk about mental health. Yes. Get ready.
Okay. So, you're going to tell us your name and what is mental health? Or is it only when we go crazy in African society, or someone is mad around, that when someone has some kind of mental problem? But we're actually focusing on those mental illnesses or disorders that people suffer from. Yet,
hey, it's a privilege to be on Girls Talk. Nayeli Glory on Facebook is Glory Showcase, or you can call me Madam Awachek. Today we're talking about mental health. In simple words, we can say it's the ability to have a healthy mind, a stable mind, to be able to act or do things in the way that the state of your mind is healthy in whatsoever direction. We are going to be talking about mental health in the context of Africa, or let's say in our communities, or the context of Cameroon. How do we see mental health? Do we even talk about mental health? Do people talk about it? How do people react to people who are suffering from mental health?
Do you even think people are aware that they have mental disorders?
That's one thing. No. Just some people call it stress. In our African context, they can say I'm stressed up, like I'm too stressed, but they don't really understand mental health. So I think raising an awareness on mental health is the priority. Then we talk about all I think is
Okay. So when we are talking about mental health, so let's have this scenario. Imagine, say, we have members, siblings from the family. who say maybe have been very close to each other, and then after some point, or maybe you know that normally in the home there is bound to be some kind of clashes
Yes.
at some point. And have you ever realized that whenever someone, or say maybe yourself, you're not in good terms with someone, there's this level of peace that is lacking within you?
Yes.
But at the moment of reconciliation, there's this relief that just comes, like this peace of mind that you just feel suddenly, not like someone does anything,
Exactly.
but just feel it because you know that you are in.
That's immediately after reconciliation.
Yes,
That's
it
true.
just becomes, you just feel some kind of
Yeah.
relief from that. But throughout that period,
Yeah.
there is this level of some kind of mental disorders that
Yeah.
one must have gone through. But at the end of the day, so far as we concern, full stop.
Yeah.
But most people do not know that there's probability that it might resurface
Yeah.
again, or say it will not be with that same sibling but with
Yeah.
another person. So when we have this kind of conflicts and all of that, you see that that's how our own mental instability is displayed
That's
when it has to do with the African societies. Right?
okay.
So
What are we talking about? Okay, our focus actually is on mental health regarding women or girls.
yeah.
That's our focus. Although we're going to be talking about mental health when it concerns boys, but our area of focus is concerning girls. What are some of the things that makes young women or young girls to go into this state?
Into a state of mental, we have one issue
Yes.
that can push a girl to have a mental disorder, and that a common one, and that is having eating disorders.
Okay.
You know this trend when everybody is trending, everybody
Yes.
is shaped in this way.
Yes.
We are looking for flat tummy, and
Flat
then maybe you
tummy,
just came
yes.
out and then God blessed you with big
Yeah,
stomach
big stomach,
and all of that.
Yes.
Also, kind of features that you want to have on your body, you don't
Yeah, you
have.
don't have.
And then you look at your peers, you see that they have all of those features.
Yes.
You start eating.
You start feeling complex.
Yeah.
Yes.
That you're not beautiful
You are not
enough, or you're
beautiful
not
enough.
this enough, and so with that now you start starving yourself. So there are two eating disorders. You have bulimia and anorexia nervosa. We like explain that in other settings. But when you start starving yourself because you want to, so maybe keep fit or become small like other people, and now with that, when just the fact that you see that your friends look this way, you go back and you start feeling depressed that you're not beautiful enough or you're not enough. I don't know what other setting you can add.
Okay, I think another thing is peer pressure. Young women or young girls they go into a lot of competition, like inner circle competition, where there's this form of competition amongst themselves within them. Sometimes they don't even know that they are in that state of competition.
Yeah.
Like my friend is having these shows, I want to have these shows, and you're not up to the standard, maybe financially or whatever, to have those shows. And you start working yourself up, and because you think you don't have that shoes, you don't belong to a particular class. You don't look this particular way. You are not classy as this person. So you start putting yourself that kind of a pressure, like, how am I going to do to meet up with this thing? Like, people don't see me like I'm a classy, I'm classy, I'm fashionable, and you start putting yourself, you start like having yourself worked up, whereas there is nothing. So I think young women, young girls have to know what mental health is all about and how they can overcome it, how they can subdue it, and how they can overcome mental health. Another one very serious issue for teenagers are sometimes academically, like when we're discussing here, sometimes they don't meet up to their academic standards. Like they say, to whom much is given, much more is expected.